Hello everyone, welcome back to your GK class. Today we will be talking about books. Books are we have libraries in our school, we learn from books, we read books, and books is a very good source of knowledge and information. But nowadays, many people tend not to read books rather than they prefer watching movies and everything. But books is a very good source of knowledge and I would ask each and every one of you to read few books, especially when you are at home, you have more time, and it will be really good if you can go back to books and read from it. Now we will look at general informations about books. First one is the acronym of International Standard Book Number. Acronym is it is short form ISBN, International Standard Book Number. You can see in this picture this type of this number 997807334. That number is the ISBN of a book. That will be a unique number for a book. Only that book will have that number, and you can understand or know about a book through that number. That is ISBN number, that is International Standard Book Number. Another category of book, autobiography, is a category of book, and it is the story written by a person about his or her own life. If I want to write a book about my own life, and if I am the one who is writing it, then it can be called an autobiography. I am writing about my own story. The Diary of a Young Girl is a book written by Anne Frank, and it is her story. It's about her life. So that is called an autobiography. Auto means self, bio means life, and biography is the life story of one's own life. Next one is fables. You have heard about Aesop fables and all. Fables are usually a story usually about animals having a moral at the end. So it will be moral stories, but usually the characters in the story is animals. Very common fables are, as you can see here, the tortoise and the rabbit, the running race between them, or the fox and the grapes. These are all fables. Next is a novel. A novel is a non real story whose length spans an entire book. So the whole book will be a story. So we have novels, we have uh, books like encyclopedia, which is not a novel, but it rather gives information. But in a novel, an entire story is explained from the beginning to the end with the plot, and that is called a novel. Oliver Twist is a very well-known book, and all the books that have a story and which is usually not real or which is influenced by a real story is called a novel. Next is a part of a book which is called index. Index, you can see here, this is an index. An alphabetical list of names, topics, etc., which tells you on which page of the book they are mentioned. So if you look at this picture, there will be chapter names and chapter numbers, and this is the page number that is given here. So it is the list of the chapters and then the page number. So you can, if you want to go to a particular chapter, you can directly go there by looking at the page number. It is there in all the books. Pseudonym. Pseudonym is a false name used by an author. If I am writing a book and I don't want to use my own name, I can come up with a false name, a fake name, which is not my own, and then write the story. An alternative name used by a writer instead of his or her real name. That is called pseudonym. Next, chapters. As you know, it is chapters divide a book into different parts, and that is called chapters. Hardcover You have seen this binded book, no? Where the cover page of the book is bound in a protective stiff cover jacket like cardboard or leather. When you cover a book with a cardboard or a leather, that is called a hardcover book. The dictionaries, most of the dictionaries and encyclopedia all come with a hardcover. Publisher is a person or a company that releases the book in the market. DC Books, these kind of companies um, are companies that publishes a book. If I write a book and I want it to be sold out in a large scale, I will approach a publisher and they will agree to publish my book. That is called a publisher. 10th one is glossary. So at the end of the book, where a list of words are given with their meaning, and that is called a glossary. And the 11th one is preface. Preface is in the beginning of the book. There will be an introductory chapter where the author will be mentioning what the book is basically about and why the book has been written. So these kinds of questions are answered in the first page of the book, and that is called a preface. Now, when you fill up in your textbook all these questions, there is a crossword, and if you fill these questions, in the middle there will be a column that goes down in the middle, and that will answer the question. It will be the one who loves book. A person who likes to read a book, who loves to read a book, is known as dash. So once you fill up the crossword puzzle in your textbook name, whose chapter name is all about books, in the middle there will appear a word, and that word is the one who loves book. So I hope you can fill up your crossword puzzle and then find out the answer for this question. A person who loves book. Thank you and have a nice day.